Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. You probably noticed over my shoulder that sound. That is the sound of freedom. Freedom from our utility company, but also freedom from the electricity that they provide for us. We are in a brownout today. It's a scheduled 12-hour brownout, and the generator kicked on at 0600 this morning, exactly when they said they were going to start the brownout. It's a 12-hour until 6 p.m. this evening. So today we are under our own. We are what you would say off the grid. We're off the grid for at least 12 hours today. Anyway, today's a catch-up episode. I have done a lot of stuff in the last few days, and I haven't included you in a lot of the stuff that I've done. And Ness said to me, she said, James, your friends are going to be awfully upset if you don't include them in all these things that you do on a day-to-day basis here. She calls you my friends, although I consider you more my family. You know, like the Sister Sledge song, We Are Family. Okay, maybe I'm stretching it a bit, but we are a big family here. So what I want to do this morning, when we get started, I want to show you a lot of things I've worked on over the last few days. I've been very, very busy. Too busy even to do some video. It's been crazy around here. So let's go ahead and get you caught up, and let's get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Now, first off for today, let's go over to the raised bed garden. I got to show you some of the updates that have been going on in the garden here, and you're going to be surprised just over a few days of not reporting some of the growth that's going on in here. All right, well, let's first start. Let's start looking at the melons. This is actually the watermelon right here. Watermelons are doing great. They're getting big. You can see they're all over the place. They're all through back in here, and they're doing just wonderful. The cucumbers, the plants are growing crazy. They're actually going over the top on the backside, but I have tons of blossoms, but not a lot of cucumbers yet. So maybe they're just late to the party. But I do see we are starting. Let me see if I can find inside here. Oh yeah, here's a cucumber. Oh, it's actually a pretty big one. I didn't even see that one. I don't know if you see right down over here. Got a cucumber going on over there, and there's several down. Oh, right here. This is a small one. But we have some cucumbers going, but look at the blossoms. There are like so many cucumber blossoms back here, going crazy. Now, these are the watermelon, like you saw on the other side. They're all over the place. I have watermelon. I'm telling you, every place around here. I don't know if you can you see behind a button? It's kind of tough to see inside here. Now, I have a problem. A big major problem. There used to be a bunch of cantaloupe. There's a cantaloupe here. There's a cantaloupe sitting on top of that shoe over there. I think that, here's a cantaloupe right here. I'm having a huge problem, and I might have to find one that's affected. But what I'm having a problem, I have ant problem. The ants are going into the bottom of the cantaloupe, boring in and destroying all of my cantaloupe here, what they call here in the Philippines melon. So I did a message to my favorite farmer in the Philippines, Emily, from Dave and Emily's About Buying Farming channel, and she gave me some great suggestions. I'm going to try some of them. Some of them have to do with oregano, all natural kind of things. Some of them have to do with oregano. Some have to do with some spices. But we're going to try, and I will share with you when I do that, but I'm not going to do that right now. So I just want to kind of get you caught up. Let's go back around this way. Now also, do you remember we had about eight of the lemon trees growing inside here? Now you only see one, because what I did, I removed all the little lemon trees, left the biggest, the one that was the most healthy inside here for this planter, and I took the other ones, I went ahead and separated them, and I put them independently in their own little containers here. So they'll grow, they'll root, and then we'll decide where they need to go. We don't want all the roots clumping together, because it's more difficult. When you take them apart, there's more of a chance of damage to the roots, and you could possibly hurt or harm the plant. So we have those. I have a squash back here. I have an unknown. I found the seed coming up somewhere back here, but I know it's a vegetable. I don't know what the vegetable is, so it's going to be a surprise. I think I'm going to call this the Gomer. the Gomer raised bed garden back here. And if you remember, a long time ago, there used to be a series called The Andy Griffith Show, and there was a character on the show, and his name was Gomer Pyle, and he'd always have little terms like Shazam. But something else he used to say all the time, which I used to love to sing, he used to say, surprise, surprise, surprise. Well, this is kind of my surprise, surprise, surprise garden back here. Because sometimes I plant stuff, I don't know what it is, and it's going to be a surprise when I figure out what it is. That's the fun of this. You know, you don't have to always be serious. You can have a good time. You can have some serious side, and you can have some surprise side. Of course, our grapevines, just growing massively at the speed of light, in the respect of how plants can actually grow back here. So we are now almost to this point right here. Also the dragon fruit, oh, I should have stopped when I was on the other side. So the dragon fruit, like this one right here, on the other side is all the way up to the top. Now what I decided to do on that dragon fruit and all the rest of them, I think what I'm going to do is let them just hang over, let them drop down, because that's where you get your fruit, is after they hang down and the gravity goes to the end when it's in the inverted position, that's when you actually start getting some fruit. So I think instead of putting the cartwheel up around there or a square box, I think I'm going to use these little poles, the bamboo poles on the end, to start the downward, and hopefully maybe even this year, I don't know, because they're growing so fast. So that's what's going on with those. The pepper plants, look at the pepper plants. I actually found this pepper plant and this pepper plant kind of fallen over down here somewhere, and I planted those, so I'm going to put those in that area as well. I pulled out the pineapple that used to be here that we started eating. We made the smoothie with. I showed you that the other day. This guy still has a little bit ways to go. We're still waiting on these little suckers over here to get about 6 inches, and then we're going to twist those off and we're going to replant them. What I'm planning on doing today, I want to take, I hate to move them because they're set. I need the space. I really need space. So I'm going to take this pineapple plant and the Michelle pineapple plant back over here, and I'm going to plant them either in this little island or that. I'm going to say this island over here, since we're lacking some of the strawberry plants over here. Oh, you probably see over in the corner something that looks different. One of these things are not like the other with the color. That is the new garden. We went to a plant nursery. We went to a plant nursery in Padre Garcia, and I was able to get many of the plants to fill this in. So you can see, well, the border plants I already had. Remember, we did that in an earlier episode. But all these little plants on the inside, these little small plants, well, these will go pretty high right here, but it'll do a fill in. We'll keep them trimmed back. I have some of the border plants in the back. I have the same kind of plants here like we have over here that need trimming, and they have these beautiful, let me see if I can find one that has a lot of the red on it. The red flowers that come, I love these red flowers that come out on these plants here. Oh, by the way, these were given to us. I love when people give me something, give me plants. It means so much more when somebody gives you a present of a plant. And these are lavender. These were given to us by one of Ness's schoolmates. They call them batchmates over here, from Mabini Academy. And what I'm going to do with these, I'm going to cut these back to about here, and I'm going to replant these top pieces, because that's how these actually came about. I love lavender. If you do this and you put it to your nose, okay, pretend that's your nose. Oh, it smells so good. Yeah. Okay, so we'll be planting some more of that from clippings. And our very nice pruned and trimmed calamansi is still doing great. I want you to look at all I mean, they're everywhere. This thing has so many calamansi all over the place. I cut another section off down here for pruning. You can see I did this morning, as a matter of fact, because this shoot was growing up way too fast, too tall, and it's taking energy from the plant, and it's also making it not the shape that I want. So it doesn't hurt. Pruning actually helps. Remember, we talked about that in an earlier episode. I want to show you this new plant. I am so happy. I don't know the name of this. I forgot what the name of this was, but I love this. Look at the flower. It has a couple of them. Another flower back inside there. And look at all, these will all be new flowers here all around. Today I have to put some of the rice hull. I picked up some rice hull. I have to clean this up so that the mud doesn't splatter. You can see it's splattered up on the side of the house already over there. So everything looking great. Now, I don't want to do a spoiler alert, but you're probably wondering, what is this trash can with the holes in it? Well, I have a sequence of videos putting together, and we're going to talk about that, but it has to do with composting. I think you're going to enjoy that series once we start getting on that, but it's still several weeks away. Now, I had a subscriber ask about pulling up seedlings from banana plants. I believe we already did an episode. I'm going to go back and look and see. But if we did not, and I'm pretty sure I showed you how you get the roots. I'm pretty sure. And even so, I think we might revisit that again for those who can't find that video episode, or some of our new subscribers. And you can see these little seedlings, the little seedlings off of the mother plants here. They are almost ready for separation. There's too many. These are Lantundan, and you know our Lantundan bananas up here. So we'll do that in an upcoming episode. Maybe in about a week we'll separate. I got 1, 2, 3, 4 that will, in about a week to 2 weeks, they will be ready for separation. This tree and this tree, or this plant and this plant, whatever you want to call the banana tree or banana plant. I think banana plant is more appropriate. But we will be cutting both of these down, which leaves this one right here and this one. I don't normally like having more than two banana adults growing at one time. So we can take these, we can put them to the side, we can put them in a bag if we want to, which will slow down their growth, or we can transplant them to the neighbor's yard. Remember back here on John's yard? Oh, let's go back and look at John's yard real quick. I'll show you what I've been doing back there as well. On the way back there, I want you to look at the red flowers on, and these are the same flowers that are on the plants that we have inside the yard that we were just talking about. Now back here on John's lot, remember I got permission from both of my neighbors, from both John and Corey, to put some plants down in the yard so they get a head start before they start building, whether it's in 3 years or 5 years. So anyway, I asked John and Corey about what kind of plants they would like. So John is so easygoing. John's like, plant anything back there. So what I did with John, he basically is getting an orchard of banana, multi varieties of bananas. This is a Sabah, and these two in the middle, these are Lantundan, and one on the end is Lakatan. My favorite, Lakatan, is down there. But also you probably noticed these plants right here. I asked both John and Corey if they would like to have the grand palms like I have on the front of our lot, planted around the border. So it's basically like the same type of a tree all around our house, and it will also accent theirs. And I told them, I'll put it in on my dime, so that you get a head start, because that's the kind of neighbor I am. So, and John said, yeah, I want them. So I planted them for John. And Corey said, let me think about it for a while, because he's not sure if he wants a plant that big. So I said, that's cool. So this is what I have. I planted, I think 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 7 of the foxtail palms. They're smaller now, but in a few years, in about 3 to 4 years, they will be about this size of these. You see, we have the foxtail here, and then they will catch up eventually to these plants right here. But it'll be nice because we'll have a nice L of the foxtail palms, and it helps the neighbor out get a head start on his planting, on his landscaping as well. Now, something else I did on the outside of our access gate, our service gate to the backyard. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but I moved some of the grass from the garden on the inside where we started doing landscaping to this area right here. And it was all in, it was done. And what I did this morning, I added some more soil and some more of the rice hull to add some nitrogen and kind of level this off so it's the same level. So if we have to have a service vehicle go into the backyard, it will drive nice and even across this. So this will help, and it will green up here just like the rest of our backyard is. All right, well, let's walk down into the basement real quick. We're not going to go into detail on these, and I'll get you updated later on. But I picked up some items. I picked up some items from the building supply store yesterday. So we are going to do some fix action. That's going to be loud in here because I have the door open to the generator room. And even though it says it's a silent generator and a big open hollow space of a basement garage, it's going to be loud. So let's walk in here, and I'll just show you a few of the items I did yesterday. I have some boxes here. Inside these boxes are lights. We're replacing the lights on the back of the patio. You know where the barbecue grill. So that patio back there, 2 of the lights are bad, and only one is working. And they're really not good for outdoor. They were sold as outdoor lights, but they're really not. So I picked up some outdoor lights to replace those. I'm going to be working on that today. Also, let's see, what else did I pick up? Alright, also, I picked up a pitchfork yesterday because I need a pitchfork for one of the projects I'm working on. I installed this fan back here. So, we have some free, if I'm working inside here, whether it be a gardening project or what, now I have air flowing here, lots of airflow down here. I also installed one here by the water cooler. I have this one here. I looked for one. I wanted a ceiling fan like this to go above the tiki bar for that area with the light to go there, but nobody had the model that I wanted. So we are still waiting on that. I also picked up another one of these dispensers, the dispensers that you use for the shampoo and the conditioner. They go inside the bathroom. Remember, we installed this in our the comfort room, the shower, the bathroom upstairs, and I love them. They work so good. I cannot live without them anymore. So we're going to put this on the first floor, and I will get another set also to go for the basement bathroom shower area as well. These are the lights. These are the lights for the back porch. Of course, I only bought 3. I bought 3 lamps, but I always buy 1 spare when I buy my lamps, and I just put it on a shelf so that when it burns out, I can replace it and then replenish that stock at a later time. Well, that's about it for today. I just want to get you caught up. I know I probably missed something, and I'll catch you up with whatever I missed in the next episode as I go along. We have other things that we have to do. We will be out on the road again today. We're doing our grocery shopping today. We have some business that we need to do that has to do with the city municipality. They're open, but of course we are all under the general community quarantine, so everybody's wearing the mask, doing social distancing, so we'll be cautious about that as well. Well, anyway, I hope you got caught up today, my friends, my family, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode. So if you did enjoy today's episode, please give me a thumbs up, please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little MyPI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, from the Philippines, you have a blessed and wonderful day. If you enjoyed today's episode and you would like to see more just like these, just click on one of the helpful links over to your right and you might be able to pick up on some good information on DIY projects, how to, or if you are interested in moving to the Philippines and building, you'll find answers there as well.